Yo, what's good, people? Welcome back to my channel, where I say the things they're too afraid to. Today we're diving into the protests erupting across the country, Norfolk, Dover, and most notably, Epping. That's where I'm focusing today. Outside a hotel that's housing migrants. Why? Because a 41-year-old migrant was arrested and charged with sexually assaulting a young girl. He denies it, but he's been remanded in custody. Now, the protests outside the hotel started off relatively peaceful, but as is tradition these days, a few thugs turned up to smash things, fight police, and turn the whole thing into chaos. 8 officers ended up being injured. But hey, free speech, right? But before we really get into it, help the algorithm fight the suppression by liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Let's get into it. Are we on the edge of civil unrest? Because it's surely starting to look like it. Last week's protest in Epping was sparked by genuine concern. Families worried for their children, angry at rising crime, and demanding that the hotel be shut down. Which, let's be honest, isn't going to happen. Not in this country, and not under this government. But then the narrative got hijacked. GB News, that bastion of impartial journalism, claimed masked far-right activists, possibly Antifa, were escorted in by police to disrupt the protests. No mention, of course, of the far-right agitators who attacked the police. How convenient. Sound familiar? It should. It's a repeat of what happened in Southport last year. And it's becoming a pattern. Protests, chaos, finger pointing, rinse and repeat. Enter Nigel Farage. He's already out here defending the protesters, warning, or should I say, dog whistling, that if the boats don't stop, we'll see civil disobedience on a vast scale. This isn't a warning. It's a spark. The same spark he lit in Southport. He wants the unrest. He needs it. So he can stand back and say, see, told you so. And let's be real, the boats aren't stopping. They're arriving daily. Because this isn't incompetence. It's by design. The system is working exactly as intended. It's just not for us. The so-called Labour government isn't helping either. They're bragging about their one-for-one deal with France, as if it's not another gaslighting stunt. Now they're threatening sanctions on anyone helping the migrants cross the channel. And again, all optics, no real solutions. Then you have Suella Braverman. She told Nick Ferrari on LBC that the protests were peaceful and that it's not far right to want to protect your daughters from rapists. And on that point, she's right. It's not racist to want to protect women and children. But when Ferrari asked about flares being thrown and the police being attacked, "Oh, I didn't know about that," she said. Of course she didn't. They never know anything when it doesn't suit the narrative. Here's the uncomfortable truth. No party, not Labour, not the Tories, not Reform, not even the SDP, will admit immigration is out of control. They won't say the boats won't be stopped, because mass immigration and open borders, it's all a political experiment, one that's failed miserably. And before the outrage mob shows up, let me be clear. I don't care what race or religion you are. If you harass, assault, or rape women and children, you're scum. Simple. But the media energy shifts depending on who the perpetrator is. When it's a white offender, silence. When it's a migrant, Muslim, or a black man, cue the outrage machine. So is it really about protecting women and children? Or is there more something sinister going on? Because if you only protest based on who commits the crime, not that the crime was committed, then let's not pretend about morality. Wrong is wrong, no matter who you are. I said before, this country is a powder keg, and it looks like we're edging closer to that spark. And if it blows, sure, you might get some anger off your chest, but after the dust settles, you'll have more laws, more restrictions on protests, more limits on free speech. They'll use the chaos as an excuse to crack down even harder. And that, my friends, is already happening. I'm not a magician. I don't have the solution. But I do know this. Turning on each other, that's not the answer. This mess was caused by decades of failed government policy, not by your neighbour. And oh yeah, of course, once the boats stop, all the illegal migrants are deported, the UK will magically become a paradise. No more crime, everyone will be rolling in cash, energy bills will vanish, and young people will finally afford homes, right? Give me a break. The truth is, even if every migrant disappeared tomorrow, the same people who would be still struggling to get by. But hey, easier to blame the boats than ask why the system's broken in the first place. Thanks for watching. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. How do you think immigration should be handled? And don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Until the next one, I'm out of here.